How's it going, everyone? Mega Masher is back, and in this video, we are going to be going over top 5 things that I would love to see in Jurassic World. Now, this normally isn't a part of my Pokemon-related content that you see on my channel, but I said in my last video that I made revolving around Jurassic World that I would make a sort of like a follow-up video that would involve top 5 things I would like to see happen in Jurassic World. Now, also, I want to give a big shout out to the Stupendous Wave. He makes very awesome videos that revolves around the reviewing of TV spots and trailers of things such as Jurassic World. And he's also making a lot of Star Wars videos lately, and occasionally he'll do Godzilla videos. So definitely check him out. He's a great guy. I will leave a link to his channel in the description box down below. So with that being said, without any further ado, let's get right into the video. So coming in at number 5 would be cameo appearances from some of the characters that were in the original Jurassic Park movie. I think it would be kind of cool to especially see Lex and Tim all grown up make an appearance in Jurassic World. Uh, I'm not entirely sure how they would go about doing it. Probably the camera would just pan off and randomly show them at the Jurassic World, just sort of looking around, um, and maybe have like a couple minutes screen time. I think that right there would be pretty cool, and I also think it would be kind of cool to show Jeff Goldblum's character, Ian Malcolm, just sort of there as well, looking around, and maybe they'll run into each other, and who knows, like maybe like old they'll talk about their memories of the original Jurassic Park when they were there the first time, and I think that right there would bring back some nostalgia to the entire Jurassic Park series in Jurassic World. And I think that would be pretty cool, and it would hit a lot of us old Jurassic Park fans right there. They'd be thinking, damn, like, that'd be pretty cool. And it would also be really cool to see Dr. Grant, too. Like, see him in that movie. And, yeah, like, I've always been a big fan of Dr. Grant. He was someone that really wasn't a fan of kids in that movie, as you guys remember. But towards the end, he had a soft spot for Lex and Tim. So I think a possibility of them reuniting and having like either a little scene or whatever in that movie, I think that would bring back some nostalgia and would definitely add a more kind of like a more sentimental feel to the Jurassic World movie. That's all I gotta say about number 5. Let's move on to the next one. You guys remember this scene from the old Jurassic Park movie? Clever girl. And that's what I want to talk about in number 4. The fourth thing that I would like to see in Jurassic World would happen to actually be the old alpha female raptor possibly lead a new pack. I remember in the old Jurassic Park movie, this female raptor was so aggressive that she ended up killing all the other raptors with the exception of 2, which got killed by Rexy in the visitor center. But we didn't hear anything else about the old female Velociraptor. So I think it would be kind of cool in the Jurassic World movie, the uh, good Raptors, aka Owen's Raptor Squad, have a run in with the old female Raptor from the Jurassic Park movie and have sort of like a pack battle or maybe communicate to help take down the Indominus Rex. For those of you guys who have watched the TV spots and the trailers for Jurassic World, you remember there was a couple of scenes where Omar's character was saying something's wrong, they're communicating. Um, I'm thinking that it could either be the Velociraptor communicating with another pack of raptors led by the old alpha female from the original Jurassic Park movie. That right there would be the fucking bomb. I mean, holy shit. Like when I thought about this, I'm like, okay, this definitely would add a lot of amazement into the movie, and I just fucking love raptors. I mean, the T-Rex is a sentimental favorite of mine, especially in the case of Rexy, but raptors come in a very, very close second. So that is something I would love to see in my number 4 spot on 5 things I would love to see in Jurassic World. With that being said, let's move on to number 3. So coming in at number 3 is more or less how I want this scene to take place, the scene that you see in the graphic of the Indominus Rex hatching. I would love for this to be the intro to the Jurassic World movie. I think that it would be very fitting, showing the Indominus Rex from the very first moment of its existence through the hatching of its egg to the progression of its growing up through the movie, and basically go from being this cute little dinosaur that hatches from an egg to being this deranged psychopath killer of dinosaurs and people that just basically wants to consume and destroy everything in sight. Now, I will point out that in one of the comments, there was a YouTuber that said that a very good suggestion of an opening scene would be where the camera focuses on just a pond, and you hear, or sorry, no, you see ripples in the pond, and you hear, a thumping, a really large thumping of a large dinosaur uh, walking or running, and then you see a footprint, and turns out to be Rexy's footprint. You see it stomp down to the ground, and it's running. It's running away from the ACU soldiers and the head of security. I forget the guy's name, but they're basically trying to capture Rexy. And I think that right there would be a very cool introduction and show in sequence how this large theropod, this large T-Rex, goes from being this wild T-Rex on Isla Nublar to being a recaptured T-Rex and recontained in her paddock. That right there is equally as cool, but I want to say by a slight margin, I think that the hatching of the Indominus Rex would be a very cool intro to Jurassic World. So that's my pick for number 3. So coming in at number 2 is likewise for number 3. Number 2 is how I want for this to take place. We already know what the Indominus Rex looks like, but I think it would be really cool that after the Indominus Rex breaks out of her paddock, after she ends up ripping off that concrete and steel door with ease, I think what should happen is that the an old classic theme from Jurassic Park should play, and the camera pans up from her feet and pans all the way up to her face, giving her a full body shot, marking her first official full body appearance in that movie. And then that's when she does her signature roar, and basically that's when all the nightmares of the children and the adults come into fruition, where the Indominus Rex, being a very violent killer, just goes absolutely apeshit and goes on a rampage, and that's where the entire sequence of the movie plays out, where now people are worrying about their survival, and they're worrying about where this beast's whereabouts are, and they're trying to capture this thing. And with the intelligence and its abilities of the Indominus Rex, that makes it very hard. I mean, you've seen in previous TV spots and trailers how sneaky this thing is, how smart this thing is, and how cold and callous this thing is. This thing took down a herd of sauropod dinosaurs. This thing outsmarted and killed ACU soldiers, and it just, wow. Just fucking wow. Every single time I think about the Indominus Rex and try to talk about it, I'm just like, oh man. Like, this Jurassic World and the creators really have outdone themselves. The Indominus Rex is a dinosaur that has never existed in the history of the fossil records in real life, but they make this dinosaur look pretty damn real. They've done a great job with making the Indominus Rex. I'm really, really happy with how she turned out. Like, it just doesn't get any better than that design. She is a fucking killer and an absolutely beauty at that. So finally, coming in at number 1 on the top 5 things that I would love to see in Jurassic World would be the T-Rex, aka Rexy, battle the Indominus Rex. Now, the writing is pretty much on the wall that this is going to happen. I mean, there's been several TV spots and trailers where it shows Claire with a flare, and you see a gate opening, and she has a scared shitless look on her face. That is assuming that that is the T-Rex paddock, and it is, because you see in a few other TV spots, Claire is running, and you see a large theropod like running behind her. It doesn't show a full body shot of the theropod, it just shows the feet, and that's Rexy. So I'm thinking, it's like, why the hell else would Claire lure the T-Rex out? Obviously as a last resort measure to battle the Indominus Rex, right? So that is going back to where I say the writing is pretty much on the wall. The T-Rex and the Indominus Rex are going to have this epic as hell battle, and quite frankly, I hope that neither Rexy or the Indominus Rex dies, because there has been rumored that there is going to be a sequel to the Jurassic World movie. So I'm thinking that the battle will go until it's at a standstill, where either Rexy or the Indominus Rex, most likely the Indominus Rex, will make her escape and hide using her camouflage, so that way she can heal her injuries. And in the sequel, it's going to be all about finding the Indominus Rex and killing her once and for all. As for Rexy, I just hope she doesn't die. I mean, she's a sentimental favorite of mine. Like, I think that right there would piss a ton of Jurassic Park slash Jurassic World fans off if the movie was made to kill off Rexy. She may be an older female, but she definitely has earned a place in our hearts. Either way, I hope and I know that this battle is going to be epic. I just can't wait to see this movie and see this fight go down. Unfortunately, I'm going to be working on opening day, which sucks like you wouldn't believe. But the good thing about this is at least I will be avoiding having to wait several hours with a bunch of other crazy people wanting to see this movie. I'll be able to see it a couple of days later where things won't be as crazy and the theater won't be as packed, and I can enjoy this movie in relative peace. Although I am more likely than not going to be the hyperest one at the movie theater. Just, oh man, I'm going to go ape shit when I see this movie. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I am going to go ape shit. This is something that I've been wanting for years. And finally, it's happened. Jurassic World is happening. June 12th, mark it on your calendar. We are less than fucking 48 hours away from seeing this movie. It's finally gonna happen. That right there is my spot for number one on top 5 things that I would love to see in Jurassic World. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I shall see you guys next upload.